The Rock Island Armory TM-22. Let's check it out. Rock Island Armory produces a solid line of firearms, and their 1911s are really well made. They're reasonably priced, so it's a good way to get into a 1911 without breaking the bank. But one of my favorite 1911s is the 22 TCM with a 9mm conversion barrel, and that little round is screaming. And I love what Martin Twassen has done with Rock Island Armory. But they also offer shotguns and they offer rifles, especially 22 rifles and 22 TCM. Today we're going to be taking a look at the TM-22, and this is a small little blowback 22 long rifle, semi-automatic rifle. It has a lot of great features to it, and there are a lot of things that you can customize this rifle. It just allows for that. But a very solid design. It's new from Rock Island Armory. Has a 10-round magazine, but you can also get 15 and up to 25-round magazines. And guys, to me, it's very important to have a small little 22. They're great for target practice. They're great for just inexpensive shooting, low report, low recoil, great for first-time shooters. It can be used for hunting. It can be used for pest control. 22 is just a great all-around caliber. And this little TM-22 is an excellent platform for that round. And we really appreciate Rock Island Armory for sending the TM-22 for this review. We have the Rock Island Armory TM-22, and this is designated the A20, has a 20-inch barrel. It does come in an 18-inch barrel, and that'll be the A18. It is a 22 long rifle, very lightweight, takes a lot of the AR accessories. You can really deck this out if you want to, but it really comes pretty much right out of the box ready to go. Going to drop our mag. Comes with two 10-round magazines. They do have 15 and 20-round magazines available. And these are proprietary mags, so these are just for this rifle. Check the chamber, and it's empty. Mags are all metal. Definitely a departure from a lot of the 22 mags, but again, these are proprietary. They seem to work really well. And then we have a wrench that comes with it, and this is for disassembly and for taking off your castle nut on your stock. Rock Island Armory is known for producing budget-friendly 1911s, but they produce more 1911s than anyone in the world. Now, this particular rifle was actually designed by Rock Island Armory, but it was produced by Diria out of Turkey. And they're also the ones who produce the VR80, the VR60, all of the Rock Island Armory shotguns. And Turkey has really put together some high quality standards. It really brings in a budget price firearm that's got really good quality. And so while these are made in Turkey, they are designed very closely with Rock Island Armory. The receiver is a 7075 T6 aluminum, has a hard anodized finish on it, has a Picatinny rail that's mounted to the top of the receiver, and of course this allows for any kind of red dots. And here we have one of the primary arms, SLX MD25s. Really nice little red dot from Primary Arms. The bolt is a chrome plated bolt. It does hold open on the last round, but if you'll drop your magazine, it closes the bolt. Here you have your charging handle. Comes right back really nice. Very grippable, has serrations on it, so it makes it easy to pull back. And it's a very short throw. The pistol grip is a nice rubberized finish. I really like this pistol grip. But you can switch this out for any AR-15 style pistol grip. I mean, they fit here interchangeably. And also with the stock, it is a fixed stock. It does have a castle nut, and this is made for commercial buffer tubes. So you can switch this out, put a commercial buffer tube on here, and put any kind of stock you want to. And then it does have a plate at the back for the buttstock. Nice fluting that goes all the way through it. Now here we have the castle nut. And again, it does come with a tool to be able to switch this out. Really, you should be able to pull this off and be able to put any kind of commercial buffer tube on here. One thing that I will say is that here at the back, there's a small screw. When you're taking this off, you only want to loosen the screw. You don't want to pull it all the way out. And then you can put on buffer tube you want to put on here if you want to change things out. Now the safety is actually the opposite of what we're mostly used to. So if you're used to a 1911, you just bring it down. Well, we just put it on safe. So bring it up and you're ready to fire. So nice little lever, very positive click. But it is a little bit different when you take this out to the range into remembering which one is fire and which one is safe. Mag release button right here, very natural to be able to reach up. It is fairly small, but it has texturing on it or checkering, so you're able to get those magazines out really fast, and they do come out quickly. Now it does have a flat face trigger. Trigger pull weight's pretty light on it. We'll check it, and so you know that, but it really makes it where you can just pull it straight back. And I really like the geometry of that flat base trigger. It's more natural. Now we have an aluminum handguard. It does have M-LOK ports all the way across, 3, 6, 9, and 12 o'clock. And then it has some pretty cool styling all the way through it. It is 10 inches in length. And then the barrel itself is 20 inches. It's a fairly thick, heavy barrel. And so it gives it a little bit of weight out front. But again, this is a very lightweight little rifle. And the barrel is threaded, and we have a thread protector on here. You can see we banged this up a little bit, but very nice threads. Now, one of the issues with the threads, in fact, I've seen this on a number of different occasions where this is not 1/2 by 28 threads, but I found that it fits the 5/8 by 24, which is typically for your 308, and it may be just the size of the barrel. But according to Rock Island Armory, these were just used as samples that were coming out, and that this has been fixed by Rock Island Armory. Here I have a muzzle brake that's 5/8 by 24, and it fits right on here. So you may have to go with that if you have this rifle, and you'll need a crush washer to go in here as well to set the timing. But from what I understand, Rock Island Armory has said that if you have a rifle that it does not fit your standard threads, that you can send it back and they'll replace it. And guys, I've had this rifle for a good while, so this could be one of the early models, but again, the 5/8 by 24 inch does fit. Now with the trigger, it's a flat face trigger. You know, you have just a tiny bit of take up. And then here, a little bit of resistance, but not much. And then a nice break. And guys, that is a fairly light trigger. Reset right about there. We have our Lyman trigger gauge from Brownells. 2 pounds, 1.6 ounces. 2 pounds, 8.1 ounces. I'm going to tell you guys, it is a light trigger, but man, it is a sweet trigger, which is surprising for this type rifle. Alright guys, we really appreciate Fiocchi for sponsoring the ammo, all made in the USA, one of the biggest suppliers of ammunition in the country. Very consistent. And one of the things about these 22 high velocity shells is they are really good. Very comparable to the CCI mini mags. And we have a lot of good success, especially shooting in semi-automatics. Man, this is a smooth shooting gun. You know, it is AR-esque. There's a lot of features to it, but it's just a very balanced, the barrel being a bull barrel all the way down. I mean, it just has a really nice feel to it. I was really kind of curious because, you know, I've got a lot of ARs that are 22. And it really shoots very easy. We could put something on here if we wanted to, even a muzzle brake or a can. Has threaded barrels. The handguard's nice and thin. Just has a nice ergonomic feel to it. I like that rubber grip. You got a good solid grip on it. So, and guys, I'll tell you, and you'll see in the accuracy, this little guy is really accurate. And that's just with a little red dot. You know, we have no collapsible stock here, but it's a nice solid piece. Really good quality. You know, it's funny because Rock Island Armory really puts out some nice products for really reasonable prices. And I think this is a pretty nice gun. Very balanced. When it comes to the range, we had no malfunctions. I mean, it just ran whatever we put in it. Of course, we were using Fiocchi jacketed hollow points, high velocity. They're excellent rounds. Very easy to use, very pointable. Again, very reliable. I like the thinness, the lightweight, the little thin handguard. You know, a couple of things that were a little bit different is the safety goes in the opposite direction of what most of us are used to. And so that took a little bit of getting used to. But otherwise, it just ran. It does hold open on the last round, but once you remove the magazine, the bolt closes, which is typical for a lot of different little 22s. Nice optic rail on top. You can put that optic on there. It's a good solid rail. And overall, it was just a very pleasurable gun to take to the range. And again, just low report, low recoil, inexpensive to shoot. I mean, these are a lot of fun. Man, I like this. I'm surprised, but I really like this. Now for disassembly, there's a bolt that runs right through the top, and you just want to take that off. Now there's also a screw underneath the handguard. So you go ahead and take that one off too. Next we're going to go ahead and remove our handguard. And there it goes. It slides right off. Next we're going to remove the charging handle. And it is in two pieces. There's a cap that goes all the way through a sleeve. So just go ahead and pull this out. And it comes right out. You can see this sleeve is over the screw. Next you have two bolts that are in the top of the Picatinny rail. We just want to take those out. And here we're just going to take that rear screw out. Next we can just take the whole top cover off. Now you have your bolt return spring right here, and you're going to want to just go forward. Be careful because it's under spring tension, and then just release it. And this will take out your entire bolt. Here we have the bolt. It is nickel plated. It's got some heft to it. And we have this little brass piece right here. The front, of course, this is pretty dirty, but very well done. I mean, it's a beautifully finished piece, and then here is your firing pin. Now here we have the trigger assembly. We're not going to take that out. There are some small pins that you can pull that out if you want to, but really for general maintenance and cleaning, you don't necessarily need to take all this out. Here is your bolt stop right here. But the fit and finish inside is very well done. Here's a little view of the barrel. Nice little feed ramp, and just mates up really well. Now that's pretty much what you need to do to field strip. Again, you can take the barrel nut off and pull the barrel. First you want to take your recoil spring, and we're going to put it into that brass sleeve. And you're going to want to push it all the way through, just like that. Now you want to take the bolt and place it down into it, and you'll notice that the spring right here, the guide rod, is going to go forward. And you want to go into that little cavity. Here at the back, we're going to depress the spring, and then you'll see that there's a little notch back here. Just like that. And so it goes in the notch at the rear and the notch at the front. Next we're going to take our cover, go ahead and get it into place. The screws are already maintained in there. You may want to take them out though to make sure that you don't lose them. And then we're just going to screw them back in. Next we're going to take our charging handle, go ahead and get it started. And then we're going to tighten it up. Now we're going to reattach the handguard. You want this flat piece to be on top. Just going to bring it over. And really that little flat piece helps lock this in. The longer screw goes on top. And the smaller screw goes on the bottom. And this just holds the handguard to the barrel nut. So, you know, it's not going to affect the barrel at all. And this is a free float handguard. So that barrel is completely free float. Now the overall length of the TM-22 with the 20-inch barrel is 36 inches. And it weighs about 6¼ pounds. Now the retail price on the TM-22 is $299. And of course market price will be less. Pros and cons, it's a very simple takedown. Very light, handy rifle. Nice, really good magazines. These proprietary magazines really work well. Again, we had no malfunctions at all while we were shooting. You've got AR compatible parts with your grip, and you have this castle nut at the back where you can change this out. Nice, good, strong Picatinny rail for optics. And then you have a nice free float handguard with M-LOK accessories. Barrel, the threaded barrel obviously is a con at this point until they just figure it out. But it seemed that the 5/8 by 24 was working on this rifle. But that's something that, from what I understand, they're getting ready. They've already taken care of. Takedown, really simple. And guys, it's just a really nice handy rifle for a little 22, semi-automatic. And guys, the one thing about 22, it's great for taking especially first-time shooters out to the range, taking kids out to the range. You can hunt with it. It's good for pest control. I mean, 22 is just one of those guns that everyone should have in their arsenal. I mean, it really fits so many different roles. And the ammunition is cheap, and that's a really big plus. So guys, if you're looking for a 22 rifle, this makes an excellent candidate. Rock Island Armory just produces nice guns, and for a reasonable price. Again, this thing ran like a top. It's just really handy and easy to use. So really enjoyed the TM-22. And we really appreciate Rock Island Armory for sending the TM-22 for this review. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. We really appreciate Fiocchi for sponsoring the ammunition. All made in. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Once you get one, it may be the one you want, because I just want to blah, blah, blah. It is compatible for a lot of AR-15 power. Okay. It is compatible. Okay. It's compatible. Compatible. What does that mean? Compatible. They also have the A18, and that's for the 20 barrel version. 20 barrel. This is the 22 TCM, and somebody's shooting this early in the morning. Way to go! They want to get that practice in early. Freedom! And yet the price is excellent for you to get in to something.